Tricia McCannon, and welcome to the second installment on the mysteries. This is one of a series of short video clips that give you a little bit of a preview into the amazing work that we've been doing in our part of the world, and seeks to share this with you at this very pivotal time in Earth's history. In our very first presentation, I introduced myself, explaining that I am a writer, a teacher, a speaker, a historian, and that I travel around the world and have done for some 20 years, speaking and teaching to audiences. I speak about a number of things. I speak about everything from the multidimensional layers of reality and the nature of reality to the geologic changes. I speak about the angelic kingdoms. I speak about masters and angels. I speak about UFOs and who's visiting Earth now and why they're here. I speak about the hidden history of the human race. And one of my favorite subjects, of course, is Jesus and the great mystery traditions. My two books that I've written, by the way, are Dialogues with the Angels and one on Jesus that just came out in the spring of 2010 through Hampton Roads Publishing. So in that amazing book, we actually journey with Jesus through these missing years, through the ancient mystery traditions, which is part of what I teach today. Many of us, as I've said before, feel that there are changes, that there's wisdom surfacing on this planet that has not been allowed to blossom in a very long time. And I think those of us who are involved in bringing this forward, many of us are we're seeking to get a unified picture of what's true. And so the mysteries actually possessed this unified picture long ago, thousands of years ago, and they taught people in actual formal schools. These formal schools had 3 levels of initiation as a rule, and anyone could apply. And if they found you of moral character, if they found you to be a person of honor and intelligence and nobility and discipline and commitment, then they allowed you to come in and study with them. In the second installment, I'd like to explain a little bit more about the mysteries and how they were structured. There were three levels of initiation. Okay, the foundational mysteries were called the lesser mysteries, and they were dedicated to the Divine Mother. Now, this may surprise many of you out there who believe that the Divine Mother originated with Mary, but in fact, no. For tens of thousands of years, the Divine Mother is one of the ways in which we've honored God. We have the masculine aspects of God, and we have the beautiful feminine aspects of God. And so the honoring of the Divine Feminine and the way that it expresses in the visible worlds was the foundational level of the mysteries. This included the study of chemistry, biology, herbs, healing, plants, physiology, all of the ways in which the visible world expresses intelligent shapes and patterns. It also included mathematics and an understanding of harmonics and music. So this was in the very first level of the mysteries. Now, the second levels of the mysteries went into the divine masculine, and this is what we have left to us in Christianity today. We only have the second levels, and we have completely lost the foundational levels of the mysteries, and this is really key to why we're kind of cattywampus in the world today, and why everything seems like it's out of balance, and why we don't seem to be able to get the whole thing with the men and women right, or with the male and female gender roles, or honoring the planet and living here without creating a lot of havoc and destruction. It's because that whole yin-yang thing has been very out of balance for quite a while. So in the second level of the mysteries, we have the divine masculine. So these were the secrets of the Divine Father that periodically comes to earth as the Divine Son. It's said, even in the Sophia of Jesus the Christ, some of the Gnostic teachings that actually record the words of Jesus that most traditional Christians don't know about, that Jesus even talks about Sophia, the goddess of wisdom, and how periodically she comes into the world and that she takes form again and again and again. But the divine masculine, the divine father, doesn't come in directly. He can only come in through these four sons. And I talk about this in the Jesus book as the four great Kumaras, or the four sons of God. And Jesus, of course, was one of those, as Sananda Kumara. So, and there are others that I speak about. Thoth was one of these, Horus was one of these, and Sanat Kumar, who heads up the Great White Brotherhood and the Great Mystery Schools. These are the four great Kumaras, or the four sons of God. Kumara is a Sanskrit word meaning son. That's exactly what it means. So the Kumaras, the etymology of that, think about that. Kumara. Ku is the ancient Egyptian word for the higher self. Ma, divine mother, Ra, divine light. So the higher self that is both mother, father, God. The Kumaras, the four sons of God. So when you hear me speak about Thoth, who started these great mystery schools all over the planet, there's so much we can say about Thoth. I love him, and his work is very powerful. In fact, I have 2 whole DVDs on him, because he wrote the Egyptian Book of the Dead. He was the original author of that. He was also the author of the Emerald Tablets. He was the scribe of Isis's teachings to her son Horus, called the Core Cosmu, or the core of all creation, the core of the cosmos. Thoth wrote the Kublion and the Hermetica, and these are all books that are really dealing with his spiritual travels and his spiritual discoveries as a great master, and the 7 principles of Hermetic law. So Thoth is one of the 4 great Kumaras who began these great schools all over the world, and we are inheritors of the wisdom that he left us. Jesus also, he is the Kumar that came in at the beginning of the Piscean Age, 2,000 years ago. He also has left us a certain legacy. And when I talk about these 3 levels of the mysteries, the 3rd level was the place of integration. It was the integration of the divine masculine and feminine. So obviously, in Christianity, if we've really left out the divine feminine, but we've gone to the divine masculine, we can never really achieve mastery, because in order to achieve mastery, we must have the male and female in balance. And this is one of the key concepts within the great mystery schools. And many of their great sacred symbols, or hermetic symbols, were geared to convey this very important point of internal balance to the initiate. So we're going to leave off our discussion about the mysteries. This is our second installment at this point, and next time we're going to pick up where we begin to talk about stepping between the pillars of knowledge and awakening to the hierogamos, or the sacred marriage that lives within each one of us if we will only allow it to happen. So this is Tricia McCannon, thanking you so much for joining us. If you're interested in checking out more things about the mysteries, by all means go onto my website at www.Tricia, Tricia, McCannon Speaks, McCannon, and just the word speaks, .com. Thanks so much for joining us, and it's very fun doing these things.